Hi everyone! In today's News Spotlight, we'll take a look at what a Biden presidency will mean for the rest of the world. What are the most significant changes we should expect from the new Biden administration? How will America's relationship with the world change? My name is Angeline, and this is the Daily Watch. Joe Biden, former vice president to Barack Obama, has defeated President Donald Trump in the U.S. presidential election to be the 46th president of the United States. Biden, who turned 78 at the end of this month, becoming the oldest president when he is inaugurated in January, promises to reverse some of Trump's more controversial policies, including on climate change, and to work more closely with America's allies. With China, Biden might introduce different measures, but not a different direction, with a fundamental change in China policy probably being the major political legacy left over from the Trump administration. Biden says he'll continue Trump's tough line on trade, theft of intellectual property, and coercive trade practices by co-opting rather than bullying allies as Trump did. He will most probably bring in genuine concern for human rights abuses and mustering allies, whether in Asia or Europe, to support his position in China. Furthermore, it might now be expected that China and the U.S. will resume pragmatic cooperation in vaccines, the anti-epidemic fight, and climate change. European leaders expect that Biden will work hard and enthusiastically to repair the battered relationship between America and Europe. The US and the EU are likely to work much closer together in framing policy towards trade with China. And with NATO, he is already trying to rebuild confidence by vowing to strike fear in the Kremlin. In the Middle East, expect more predictability, a return to the cautious diplomacy of the Barack Obama years. On Iran, he promises Tehran will have a way out of sanctions if it comes into compliance with the multinational nuclear deal he oversaw with Obama, but which Trump ditched. Joe Biden has not said a whole lot about Africa during his campaign for the U.S. presidency, a commitment to re-engage into political life of the continent after 4 years of disinterest at the hands of the Donald Trump administration, will be welcomed by progressive politicians and people looking for a measure of accountability in public life. With Kamala Harris, Biden has a vice president with an African-American parent, a feature that will stimulate interest and open doors. In Latin America, expect the Biden administration to also focus on human rights issues, addressing climate change in the hemisphere, and ensuring that labor rights are upheld in the new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. Executing his foreign policy vision may not be as easy after countries across Europe, the Middle East, and beyond endured U.S. foreign policy reversals by the Trump administration. Biden will have to calibrate how far and how fast he needs to reverse to bring enough allies behind him to set the world on the path he desires. Foreign policy success won't just be about winning the trust of friends and acquiescence of enemies again. It will be about building international confidence in America's unity of purpose, a tall order for such a divided nation. That's it for today. If you liked today's video or learned anything new, press the like button, subscribe and ring the bell to get the latest news from the Daily Watch. See you next time.